So I think we're gonna try to go racing today. I don't know if I'll make it or not. The weather's kind of iffy, but it's like 55 degrees. It's super cold out today compared to what it's been lately. But yeah, we're gonna try to actually hook up this tack that I got because the car doesn't have a tack. This is a JDM Sport tack. So I'm trying this thing out to see if it works. And it has oil pressure, water temp, and oil temp all built in one. So I'm going to use the oil temp for the tranny, and then the water temp obviously for coolant, and then oil pressure. So I can literally just have this gauge, and then my boost gauge and wideband. So it'll kind of clean up the setup a little bit. And yeah, so it comes with sender for the oil pressure, and then 2 temp senders right here. And then it looks like some heat shrink and shit, and then it's got a shift light. Surprisingly, this thing was super cheap. That's why I'm trying it out. It was only 42 bucks. So that's a win in my eyes, whether it works or not. So yeah, I also recently picked up a new scooter, bike, moped, whatever you want to call it. It's a Chuckus. I don't know if anybody's familiar with a Chuckus or a Chinese ruckus, but here it is. This thing's pretty gnarly looking. I actually, when I bought it, it kind of ran a little funny, and it would die when you'd like hammer on the gas and let off. And I was trying to diagnose it, so I took the whole carb apart and cleaned it. And it has a vacuum-operated fuel pump stock, so you take inlet pressure or inlet vacuum and then run it to one side, and then feed and return off the other two. And I could not get this thing to run worth a shit with that pump. So I actually made I took a water bottle and put gas in it and kind of just poured it into the fuel line, and it ran perfect. So I actually went to AutoZone and got one of these micro electric fuel pumps, and then I ran 12 volts off the key, grounded it right there, and then ran that up to the carburetor, and now it runs great. I got the tack mounted up right there like a beast. It actually looks pretty cool. I had to clean up some wiring yet and wire the inputs, and we'll be set to go to the racetrack, hopefully. So we kind of got the interior back together here, and I wired all these gauges too. I'm trying to hurry up here so I can get to the racetrack before they close. Oil temperature is actually my trans temp, which will be pretty cool, so I'll have a tranny temp gauge. Water temp is just regular water temp, and then oil pressure. So yeah, and then I got the wideband in the middle here. Pretty sweet. So now I'm debating whether I want to run this thing on street tires or if I want to throw the slicks on and give her the berries. I mean, it's not really going to be too impressive no matter what. Like I said, I'm shooting for like 13s. So if I put the slicks on, I mean, it might be fun, and I can kind of see all the car 60 foots, I guess. So I guess I'll probably do that and hit the road. Hopefully we pass tech on this thing. I forgot you need an overflow tank. So yeah, I made an overflow out of a water bottle. And I don't know what else I'm going to need. I think you need a battery shut-off if your battery's in the trunk. But yeah, we don't got any of that, so hopefully they're nice tonight, and just let us race, have some fun. Well, we're on our way to the racetrack. Just cruising right along. This thing screams on the frickin' highway, though. I think the tack that I just put in is not accurate. It definitely reads higher than it actually is, and yeah, not accurate. So that's probably why it's 40 bucks. But we'll play around with some of the settings on it and see if we can't get it to read right. We're pulling up. Well, I made it through tech, and I pretty much told the guy that I already had a number, and I just needed my number written on the window. So I got away with that, so he didn't actually tech the car, but that's okay, because yeah, I didn't want to fucking not pass tech, drive all the way here, and get this thing ready for fucking making a pass, and then not be able to run it because of tech. So I cheated a little bit, but now we're sitting in line. The line is fucking huge. Every time I come here, it's super annoying, but what do you do when it's the only racetrack in your area? Every time I try to race. Yep, it is raining. Hopefully it passes and we'll be able to race, but I don't know, that's coming down pretty good. Hopefully it stops here soon. Yeah, I'm back home now, and they canceled the race because it rained a little bit, and I think it was just too late in the night. So they just said screw it, and they canceled the rest of the race because they didn't want to dry the track completely. The sun was going down. I don't know. They gave a bunch of bullshit, but it is what it is. It's a WIR for you. They seem to, every time I go there, it seems like you sit there for 4 hours, and then you get to race maybe once. Sit in line forever, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, so we got some more on the Mustang done. Hopefully the lighting is okay here, but I did get some work done on the Mustang. The intercooler is mounted. You got the mounts down here that I just welded on. Yeah, it sits in there behind the factory crash bar really good, so that's pretty sweet. This is just that $70 eBay intercooler that I showed in one of the last videos on piecing together a turbo kit. I also got the exhaust manifolds off, and just slowly starting this process here. Here's the this is the driver's side manifold. Actually, no, this is the passenger side manifold, but will be going on the driver's side. This is just gonna pretty much go on the opposite side it normally would. So if this was the driver's side facing back, it's going to go on the passenger side facing forward, if that makes sense. Here's the turbo on 378. Here's for a size comparison compared to my big old head. I'm still debating on where I want to put the turbo, if I want to put it on the driver's side here, or if I want to put it on the passenger side over there. It's kind of neat because this car conveniently has a hole right here and a hole right there, which is like perfect diameter for a downpipe. And I can just slam it right out of the fender and make a hater pipe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. And too bad we didn't get to race this thing all motor, but I'm getting impatient and I want to get this thing going a little faster anyways. It wouldn't have been that impressive. I can pretty much guarantee you that the car would have went low 13s, high 12s. It's, you know, nothing too special, but yeah, so we're gonna get the rest of the turbo stuff done, and hopefully we'll film along the way. So stay tuned for the next video. Like and subscribe if you're new.